Dave and Rob start the show. There is bound to be some good times had by those who remember what Mama said. Mama said is the name of the game, and what Mama says is what Mama gets from the SFP studios. Mama is right and always right. We hold our flags high as we march to the tune of her music, because Mama said is the name of the game. On Monday nights, sure we know what to do and what to say, because we love our mamas, and that's the fact, Jack. Mama said is the name of the game, and what Mama says is what Mama gets from the SFP studios. Mama is right and always right. We hold our flags high as we march to the tune of her music, because Mama said is the name of the game. Mama said is the name of the game, and what Mama says is what Mama gets from the SFP studios. Mama is right and always right. We hold our flags high as we march to the tune of her music, because Mama said is the name of...
Good Monday evening.
Howdy
I'm Rob. That's Miss Elizabeth.
And that's Rob.
I got a swap.
Oh,
There
Rob.
we go. I got
Are-
yeah.
Is it that way?
Yeah,
that way?
That way. Yeah, that's right. What have you
With my
got?
frosty cup?
Oh my goodness. You eating a frosty?
I am. I do have a frosty.
That's okay. I've got coffee.
You know, I don't drink coffee. Y'all the ones that drink coffee.
Oh, I love my
No.
coffee.
I went and got me a
Oh.
frosty.
Just get you a frosty then. Oh, everybody's popping in. Hang on, let me say howdy to everybody.
Howdy ho. Where is
Oh.
our Dave at today?
He's gonna be along here just a little bit. He had something he had to take care of. He's run a little bit behind this evening.
That's quite all right.
Yeah, life happens. Hey, Miss Cindy. Hey, Jenna. Everybody else that's out there. Let's see. We got folks
Hey.
coming in from X and YouTube and Facebook. We're glad all y'all are in here. We probably got some in from Instagram. All you guys, we appreciate the air and Rumble. We appreciate everybody that's in here tonight.
Hmm.
Yeah. And Miss Cindy there on Rumble. And Barry.
Let's see.
Barry said, I heard they're going to open a detention center for immigration in Folkston, Georgia.
And where?
Folkston, Georgia. I haven't heard that, but you know,
Oh, I hadn't either, Barry.
no. But that's all right.
Hey, Cindy. Hey, Jenneth.
Yeah. Everybody's piling on up in here tonight. Oh, you
But
missed
you know,
us this
around here,
morning.
you never know. I don't
You
even know
missed
where
us
they
this
at,
morning?
Barry.
Oh, we were on the thing this morning. We was on soapbox.
Oh, what
We
was your
letting it out.
soapbox?
Huh?
What was your soapboxing on?
Oh, that former person over worked for the county over in Texas, popping her beak about the children that got washed away in the flood over in Texas. And
Yeah.
she took the time to find out that they were all white. Apparently, there were no black children, no tan children, and she was saying that, oh, if it had been black or tan children, It had been totally different. Me and David were praying for him, and everything else. And, we didn't even know that there weren't any children of color. It don't matter.
listen,
It's children.
it. I am so sick of people saying anything about anybody's color.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that drives me insane.
Yeah.
You know what? Color should not ever be brought up. Ever.
No. They're victims.
We are.
They're all victims of the flood.
It
And we can leave it at
is.
that. But who's the
And
racist in that? Here's the real question. Who's the racist in that?
she
Someone
is.
that takes the time to find out what color they are. I think that's a very telling thing.
What does it matter?
It doesn't. It doesn't matter. Just ticked us off. So we jumped up on our soapboxes this morning.
Like somebody else. I was watching, I don't get on Facebook anymore really to post anything. Sometimes I'll share reels that I find or whatever. But I go on to watch the reels, that I find. But like somebody else said that I watched this reel of, and I might have shared this already. It's not that somebody is African American. This was a black person saying this. He said, I'm not African American. I was not born in Africa. I've never been to Africa. He said, yeah, my ancestors might have been from Africa long, 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 long time ago. He said, but I am American born.
Yeah.
He said, instead of playing all this race card stuff, he said, why can't we just all be Americans?
No doubt. No doubt. I mean, we are. We're Americans.
Yeah.
Why do we have to divide ourselves? Why? Why can't we just be American? We got to be Chinese American, Oriental American, Mexican American, Hispanic American, African American.
No, we're just all Americans.
American. It's all America.
It's
all America. Yeah.
No, we're just all Americans.
That's right.
That's right, Janice. Yes, I agree. We're just all Americans.
Yeah.
No red, white, yellow, blue, black, green, yellow, none of that.
I'm suffering from OCD today.
Mm.
I'm an old cranky dude, and I expect some respect. It's OCD day. Old cranky dude.
I watched a new reel. Actually, my niece sent it to me. She said this guy was in the living room with his mom and dad, and he said, "I think I'm suffering from this new form of PTSD." And his mom and dad was just looking at him. He said it's called pits and tits sweats disease.
Pits and tits sweat disease?
Yes. He said, I thought I was lactating the other day. He said, but it was just sweat. And his mom said, that's not what that's called for. She said, that's not what that stands for. He said, yes, it is too. And you can tell this is one of these newer generation people. The kid is. She said, I promise you that's not what that stands for. Yes, it is. I'm telling you, it is. And his dad is just sitting over there like.
Just call it that. It'll be fine. Let them call it that.
Tits sweat disease.
Just call it that. It'll be fine. It'll be just fine.
I'm going to send you the video.
If you do, I may have to play it, and that's not going to work.
Oh, no, you got to play it. Can you play it on the air?
Oh, yeah. You send me the video, I'll play it.
Okay, that means I'm going to have to leave and go send it to you and then come back.
Oh, hang on. We'll get that up on next week. How about that? Just send it to me this week. And I'll put it up. Hey, Michael, how are you doing tonight?
It was fantastic. Michael's seen it. Was it not hilarious,
Oh,
Michael? Michael saw it.
wow. Oh, my goodness.
Michael, we're talking about the PTSD video. It was hilarious.
Pits, tits, and sweat disease.
Pits and tits, sweat disease.
I think I've suffered from that about 4 or 5 times every time I walk outside.
Well, right now, I
Mm,
think everybody's suffering from it.
mm, my goodness. I think Chuck's suffering from something now. He can't quit rowing. He's in here talking to me. What? What? What is the matter with him? Are you going back out there? Or are you staying in here? If you stay in here, you're going to say, okay, he's walking off. You know, oh, he's coming back. Maybe he does want to co-star with me tonight. Come here. Where you at, you varmint? Where's that varmint? Come here. Come here. He's co-hosting with us
Hey,
tonight.
Chuckers.
Hey, chalkers. They saying hi to you, chalkers. There's a chalkers kitty. Quit form. You quit throwing that stiff arm. I'm gonna love you, Chuck. You're not running away from me. Oh, love it,
Look, now
Chuck.
when you hold him like that,
Yeah.
you both like you have one eye.
No, Chuckers.
See,
You
he has
only have
one, you
one.
have one.
You look from one side, I look from the other, Chucker. It'll be all right. Oh my goodness. Today, let me down. He's done. Swishing his tail. He's thoroughly offended now.
He'll be all right.
I got a ton of cat hair all over me now.
That's your fault, man.
I know. I picked him up. You don't say that about my cat hair. A pet mountain lion. Well, yeah, Michael, we haven't done anything to Dave. Well, I just lost Miss Elizabeth. I guess did something to her too. No, he was just running a little bit behind to the scene. Had some stuff he had to take care of. Needed some help getting everything started up that he was taking off. And so he said he'd be right back.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button.
It's okay. Michael's gonna think I did something to you too.
No, that was my fault. I hit the wrong button.
Broski, he's not really a mountain lion or a bobcat or anything. He's just fat.
That's Rob's fault.
It's not my fault.
You gonna switch us back?
Yeah.
So I'm on the correct side. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. You're holding Dave hostage. No.
He's just running late.
Yeah. I think he was getting a haircut or something. One off the back of his knee, maybe. I don't know.
Dude.
What? And see, I have Chuckers, who's big and fat, and I have Topangas, who's just the right size. Yes, he is a one-eyed ninja. Chuck is a one-eyed ninja. You are absolutely right. Yes.
I told him he needs to get a wiggly eye and put on his other
I do.
his
I need
other
a good eye.
spot right there.
Oh, Dave is watching. Dave watching.
He probably is.
We probably need to get on here.
Dave is always doing something.
Yeah, he's always doing something. All right. So I do have a topic for tonight.
Oh, what's our topic?
Our topic is, would you or would you not? And we're going to leave it wide open. So this is for me, you, and the chat. Would you or would you not? You can ask the question. You and I both have to answer it, and the chat has to answer it too. So,
Oh,
so would you or would you not? Like, would you help a child that needed help, or would you not? That's real easy.
yes.
Yes. And I'm sure most people of our chat would also. Yes, Broski. He has a pesky one that grows on the back of his knee, and he has to cut it every once in a while. It's a very annoying, unsightly back of the knee hair.
Would you or would you not give food to a homeless person that's on the side of our street?
I would.
Okay. I would. I've done it before many times. I went to like the McDonald's or whatever and bought a meal and brought back to them.
I have I have done this. I don't drive.
Yeah.
I can't. So uh, I went somewhere and I had a $20 bill in my pocket. That was all I had at the time, and I made my card. But I did have a $20 bill. I had $20 cash on me, period, in a bill. And this lady told me, she said, "I'm hungry. I wish I had something to eat. Have you got any money for me? Can I get some money from you?" It's like, $2 or $3. And I was like, I couldn't go get her something to eat. I was stuck. I told her no. And then because all I had was a $20 bill, and I was like, "Come here." And I just handed her the $20 and I went on. You know, so I don't know what she did with it. I'm going to assume she
But
went got some.
there's some that you have to be really careful of because they're just
Yeah,
out there to try to get as much money. Oh, excuse me. As much money as you can,
right.
and then they'll go get in their luxury cars and drive home.
Well, this
Have
wasn't the
you ever
case
seen that?
in this one. She was outside of a mental health facility. She wasn't
Now
all.
that's different.
She wasn't all there, and I was with somebody
Mhm.
else there, but wasn't there for me. Although I probably need to be, but you know, what do you do?
Mhm.
Then my guilty conscience got a hold of me, and I had to. Mm, er, excuse
I get it.
you know, so it's just one of those things. Uh, okay, let me put a good one out there.
Okay.
Would you or would you ever not vote for a Democrat?
Mm.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh, let's put it out there.
Hmm.
Would you or would you not?
I don't know. It would depend on their stance and what they were for. Brosky Bear was pretty quick on that one, wasn't he?
Yeah.
A Democrat.
Michael, on that note right there, I didn't have a way to drive, dude. You know, I can't get them to meet me somewhere, and if they're on foot too, and I'm limited on
and
how far I can walk. So I mean,
and they probably didn't have a way of getting to a food joint either.
probably not. Uh,
I don't know on the Democrat thing. It would probably end up being a no.
okay. Um, I've had to put a lot of thought into this.
Well,
I'm
I
very
would too.
conservative. I am, and so this is just off the hip answer here for me. I hadn't thought about any of these questions, or this topic kind of came up as I was booting up tonight, and then David wasn't there, and I kind of ripped this one out. But I thought this was a good one. Um, it would depend on how, number one, how close to the middle they actually were. Okay, it's very hard for me to vote Democrat unless it is someone that will vote for their constituents and not their own personal agendas. That said, probably not. It would take a very, very extraordinary person for me to vote Democrat.
Yeah.
Uh, Michael said I had someone I knew really well and helped him out until he sat in front of me asking to help him get a job at a mill and fired up a crack pipe. Yeah, that would do it in. I would never.
Mm-mm.
Broski said, never have, never will. I love the USA. I love the USA too, Broski. I do.
I do too.
We when all voted for Democrats, all the Dems switched many years ago to Republican to get elected. Yeah. Yeah, Dave, you're right. Then it says, I don't know, it depends on what it was and who the other person is. True on what Rob is saying. You know, it would take a very special person. Oh, man. You know, I'm not going to say that person doesn't exist, but man, yeah, Michael. That's kind of my take on it. That they always look out for themselves only. Like I said, it would take a very special person. But at that point in time, if that person ever ran for office, you know, it'd be hard for me to say that I wouldn't vote for him. If that special person ran for office, you know,
Now,
I try not to be
if I
one
had to run
sided.
under the Democratic ticket and then switch over to Republican after I got elected, I would do that.
That would be bad. Well, there's Democrats on the Republican side. There are Republicans in name only. They're known as rhinos. And I wonder on the Democrat side, do they call the Republicans that are Democrats only, do they call them dinos?
No, probably not.
Democrat name only? Oh, they call them independents. Uh, Barry said we might see some Democrats straighten themselves out and realize how ridiculous some of this ideology is. You might. You're right. Broski said it's a vote for abortion, turning our kids trans, open borders, high crime, high taxes.
It
Like I
is.
said, it would take a very special person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm
And if
not
they
for
were
any of that
against
either,
all of
Broski.
that,
I'm not for any of that or DEI, none of that. I'm not for any of that. Like I said, it would take a very, very special person.
yeah,
You know, I'm not gonna vote for any of that. So
I
if
would
it,
say if they were against all of that, but then they would be Republican anyway.
well, maybe they were Democrats with common sense or with some sense. I can go along with that.
Do you know any Democrats with common sense?
I know of one right now
Who?
that I think does show some common sense at times. Not
Who?
always, but at times. John Fetterman,
Oh,
believe it or not.
okay.
He every once in a while he shows some common sense. I wouldn't vote for him, but yeah, yeah. Del Miller did vote with Republicans, and they never did let it go, did they? You know, and then here you've got, but John Fetterman has sided with Trump on several things, several things. And the Democrats hate it when he does that. But he'll tell them quick, say, hey, it makes sense. He doesn't just vote for his agendas. He says, I'm representing people. That's what I was elected for. I'm representing my constituents.
Mm-hmm.
And I got no problem with that. I don't really. I wish he would dress nicer, but you know what? And at the end of the day, I don't guess that really matters. I mean, but it is a place of decorum. But it is what it is.
Okay, well, let's go to the next question.
Okay.
Let's get off that one.
Let's get off that one. You sling one out there.
Do what?
You sling us a question out there.
So, okay, here's your one. I
Okay.
heard that Elon Musk has made this or developed this technology that you can. It's a chip that you can put in your hand or in your head. Would you do it?
No.
I wouldn't either.
All right, there, chat. Would you take a chip in the hand or in the head as a way of it's doing away with, I guess, debit cards and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Says no. Biblically speaking, I ain't ever doing that.
Nope.
Just saying.
And then the name of the chip, when you translate the name of the chip, it comes out to mean basically when you translate the name in the Hebrew language, it comes out to mean 666.
Oh, no, not doing that. Dip, dip, dip. Uh, hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, I hadn't heard from Broski or Michael or none of them on that one or Barry.
Mm-mm.
Here we go. Michael said, nope. It messed up bad enough. Sounds like 666. Yes. Yes.
That would be a hard no for me.
That'd be a hard no. Okay.
Hard no.
Well, this is going to be for everybody out there a little bit, but mainly for the women folk. And I didn't even know about this till Dave was talking about it the other day. There's a new line of skincare products coming out by Ozzy Osbourne. Would you wear it?
Mm-mm.
Yes or no?
Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm.
I guess it's some for men too, but you know,
I think I'll pass on that one too.
I think I'm.
I I, I don't know if I could trust anything he put out.
It says no. Broski says they're going to be able to upload all your memories and download them into a person if they choose them decades from now. Someone living with your memories. Oh, I
That's
feel
okay.
sorry for them. I'd feel sorry for them if they're stuck.
They don't need nobody need my memories. Nobody needs my memories.
I'm just thinking some guy with that. What the? They got stuck with my memories. They'd be like, "What the? I didn't know you could. You could. What? Who the?" No, that would not work.
No.
No. Barry said the last Democrat I voted for and supported was Sam Nunn. Is he still alive? No, actually, he died about 20 years ago. It's a mannequin now with a
He
dummy
did
mouth.
not. Quit
He had so
lying.
many drugs in him, he still looks like he's alive. And
He is alive.
he's twitching a little bit, you know, because of all the drugs and stuff and the loud music. He's, you know,
Lord, heck, they say Elvis is still alive too.
nah, he just went home. Michael
They
said
say
my memory would burn up a chip.
Okay, next one.
I'm still stuck on the chip thing. Download my memories and somebody else.
No,
No,
Rob, you wouldn't want nobody to have yours, honey. Come on.
no, I wouldn't. Yes, he did his last concert. It wasn't just a chair; it was a throne, dude. He
Oh,
did
he
it from a
did.
throne. Yes, he did.
Oh my gosh.
Ozzy's chilling like Biden and Michael Jackson.
Oh,
Okay, let me think of one. All right.
or if somebody in the audience has got
Yeah,
one.
y'all think of one, y'all let it fly. Y'all bring one out. So folks, just being Miss Elizabeth doing it, y'all got to throw something in there too. Surprise us. Keep it clean, somewhat. Uh, you know, keep all the shit, dams, and hells to a minimum.
Good Lord, I'm gonna be eaten by mosquitoes out here.
Jerry said, I would not take a chip as the mark of the beast, and Elon Musk has been tomorrow's and the dark side of the moon. All it takes is the right amount of ketamine and mushrooms to make it. Oh, okay. All right. Just staying on the topic of the chip, I'm going to throw one out there. If someone had a chip with all your memories on them, would you ever want to look them in the eye? Would you ever want to meet them? And they know it was you that they had memories of.
It wouldn't bother me.
I don't think I'd want to meet them. Because I know they go,
You've had a
get
sordid past,
away!
man.
Huh? Do what?
You've had a sordid past.
Who does? How about my sordid past?
Mm-hmm. Mine's not been as rough as yours.
Barry, it would be the end of new thoughts. All thoughts downloaded. Ultimate slavery. Jen says no.
I'd have somebody say, "Hey, you remember when?"
You remember that time when I?
It wouldn't bother me in the least bit.
Mm.
Mm-mm. They might go somewhere and say, "Can you get these memories out of my head? Just get them out. Get them out."
Only my enemies in my past needs to see my memory, and they would disappear themselves. All right. Well, chat, y'all are letting us down. Y'all need to come up with something. Miss Elizabeth, get us one there. I know you got one.
Oh, snap. Well, my mind always runs the naughty way. So.
I know. Everybody can't be clean thinking like me.
You're full of it. Let's see. In today's times, like now,
yeah,
not back in the 60s and 70s and stuff like that, but in the 2025, would you pick up a hitchhiker? If you saw somebody hitching, would you pick somebody up?
Okay. If we were in town, no, I would not. If it was like on a dark desert highway or something, yes. So the boogeyman didn't get them.
Oh, I gotta go in. I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes.
But I think I would have fun with them if I did pick them up.
Oh, I know. I would too.
I'd be like, oh, what size are you? I was looking for a new suit.
What's the possibility of both of us being a murderer?
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about it. What's the chance both of us being serial killers? Yeah. Okay, Michael says, I don't know, but really no different for me meeting people offline. Okay. Okay, Michael throws one out here for us. Would you date someone that let their children control their every move?
Oh,
No, not if they controlled their every move. No. Broski says, if you could only eliminate one between Putin and Zelensky, who would it be? Wow, that's kind of a tough call. I would say Putin, though. Zelensky's too short to make too much of a racket. He's never actually he doesn't actually have anything big to launch. Putin does. Let's get rid of his.
That's not along our question type, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you or would you not?
Yeah.
Elizabeth put 100% alcohol in coffee grounds and light it to keep mosquitoes away.
I don't drink coffee.
Oh.
Remember?
LFO Warrior, I think I stayed. Zelensky. He's too short to be too much. You know,
They like
little
my blood
taller.
type.
Huh?
They like my blood type.
Oh.
I'm O positive.
Oh.
They like that blood type.
Okay.
Have you not ever heard that?
No.
Yes. They like O type blood.
You can buy cheap coffee and use it out of the bag.
That's all right.
And see, you know, I try to keep all my blood on the inside where they can't smell it.
They can smell it.
I thought it's because, you know, you're so sweet, and that's why the mosquitoes were eating you, would eat you up outside. Like me.
It
Because
is.
I'm sweet. I'm so sweet. That's what it is.
It is. They can smell my blood.
Michael said, I'm the same blood type. Don't get bit. Well, you're not as sweet as she is then, Michael. That's all there is to it. And if you were sweet, we would be calling you Michael. We'd be calling you Michelle. Jennifer, what about you? You get beat? You get bit by the mosquitoes when you go outside? She's stumbling on this one. She don't know. Well, she does know, but she don't know if she really wants to answer it or not.
It's all right.
She said sometimes. So sometimes she's sweet, sometimes she's not. Okay. I always get eat up whenever I go outside.
It's your turn, Rob. Come up with a question.
Okay. Okay. All of us have heard our moms say that if you get in an accident, I hope for my sake that you have on clean underpants. When you're going to get into an accident and you have time and you know you're getting in an accident, would you or would you not take off your underwear and put them in the glove box?
Well, first of all, I hope you don't know if you're going to get in an accident.
Well, if you know it's coming, you know, I'm not saying you're having a tremendous amount of time, but would you at least make the effort to take them off so you'll be wearing clean underpants when you get to the hospital?
Well, Rob, I hope you have on clean underpants every day.
I don't every day.
You
I don't
what?
wear them all the time.
Well, then go Commando. And then you don't have to worry about it.
Well, you know, I when I was a teenager, I used to wonder about that. You know, oh my gosh, if I get in an accident now, and my mom comes to the hospital, and I'm not wearing any drawers, what's she gonna say?
Well, if you're in an accident and they have to cut off your clothes, it ain't going to matter.
That's true. That's true. That's true. For my sake, I hope you have a clean underpants.
I have clean
And
underpants.
Mama said
Every-
that to me. My mama actually said that to me. For my sake. For my sake. If you're ever in an accident, I hope you have on clean underpants when you get to the emergency room. I got to tell you, I firmly believe if I get in that bad of an accident, there's going to be another accident in my pants.
Exactly. You either going to pee yourself or you going to crap yourself.
Yeah. So, you know, would you or would you not just not wear underwear?
Well, at that point, it don't matter.
Okay. Broski says, what if you wear a diaper? Depends. Mary says, there is an anime that suggests the idea of taking a pill to remove all pain, if there was such a pill, would you take it to remove all pain?
Ooh.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Uh,
Every day? Or you just take it once and you're done with all pain for the rest of your life?
I guess. I don't know. I'm going to say this. I have quite a bit of pain, and I deal with it daily. It's not like here today, off again, a little bit here, a little bit there. It's every day, and I would not, because I kind of figure that I used to be. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I can handle this. I can handle that. I can do anything I set my mind to. I can accomplish whatever I want to accomplish. I'll do it myself. And I think that this pain that I have now, it's God's way of saying, no, you, you have to have me. And I think it's God's way of forcing me to lean on him. I can't do it myself. I have to. And I think it's a way of God helping me get my mind and heart in the right spot. So no, I wouldn't take it. You know, would you?
I'd have to really think about it.
Mm-hmm. Michael said he wants one of those pills. Uh, Here it says, and on a dark desert highway, they go to Hotel California. Where it's at. Broski said, pain don't hurt. Patrick Swayze is Dalton in Roadhouse. Yes. He also says, pain feels good sometimes. It's relieving. Okay.
I like the feel good pain.
Yeah. Michael says, I'll take anything good for pain. I was virtually broken into two pieces and put back together. Still have cracked bones. I understand that. You know, and it sucks. Oh man, it sucks. It is so exhausting at times to be in pain. But physical pain versus not being where you need to be spiritually is two different things. So I don't know. I don't know what the right answer to that is. I kind of feel like, you know, God doesn't put anything on us that we can't handle with his help. And that is the thing. We have to lean on him. So if it puts me where I need to be, then so be it. I try to be philosophical about it. Michael says, I've got enough mental pain to last me forever. Michael, you can't leave the door open for me like that. You can't do that. You can't do that. Because I'm going to say you should be living a pain-free life. You have to have mental pain. So you cannot. I love you. Fire back. Talk about how pretty I am. Broski said, I'd smoke a lot of weed if I had a permanent broken bones or if I was almost broken in two. I'm not judging anybody for their lifestyle choices. Michael says, can't do that weed. Yeah, I'm not judging anybody on any choices like that because, you know. Okay, let me ask you this. Would you rather be driving down the road and pass somebody that was drunk on alcohol or was high on marijuana?
Oh,
Which would you rather pass or have driving passion? On alcohol or smoking marijuana? Brooksy said edibles. Okay, edibles. That was still going to I'll THC. Put it that way.
Probably doing the edibles.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the THC as well. I mean, yes, alcohol is legal, and I understand that, but I think it's much worse. And besides that, if they're on THC, they're probably not going much more than 20 miles an hour anyway. And if there is an accident, it's going to be a lot easier to survive with them going at 20 miles an hour.
I did move one of our ceramic eggs to that third box. They're laying in both of the others now. So we'll start laying.
Broski said someone smoking weed and is driving slow. Drunk people speed and swerve.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I didn't say which would you rather be high or drunk on. What do you want the other people to be high or drunk on? I'm not questioning you, Michael. We're questioning other people in the other vehicle. Like me, would you rather drive down the road and pass someone that's drunk or me with epilepsy? Who would you rather pass? Drive past you. You
Y'all
pass
crazy.
quickly, you're all right. Or you go, ah. Well, Janet, you didn't answer that question. You laughing at Michael. Michael says, well, I guess I'm high now then. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
It says weed. There we go. So we're all pretty much in agreement on that.
Yes.
Broski said, would you rather pass someone who can or can't shoot straight?
What are they shooting?
Yeah, what are they shooting there, dude? Are they like driving past you and shooting a gun at you? Or in that
And why
case,
are they
I don't
shooting?
want to be able to shoot straight.
And why are they shooting?
Yeah. He's put further thought into this.
He what?
He's put further thought into that. It was the
Yeah.
thinking. Okay. Would I rather be shot with a 45 or a 9mm?
Neither.
Neither. I won't be shot. Both those are bad options, dude. Yeah, the 45 is a bigger, heavier slug. 9mm is like the perfect mix of mass and velocity. 45 is a lot bigger, but I don't know. I don't want to.
We don't want to be shot.
No. No.
Neither. That's our option.
Why don't you throw a Red Ryder BB gun in there? I'll pick that. Shooting with a Red Ryder BB gun. Michael said he liked the video of the people waiting for the stop sign to change to green. Yes, in Canada where they're doing we're going to check and see if you've been smoking marijuana. What are you doing here? Well, waiting for the stop sign to turn green. Hollow Point or Full Metal Jacket? That's a lot easier. Full Metal Jacket. I'm going to be shot with something. I want it to be Full Metal Jacket.
How about neither?
Yeah. I still prefer the Red Ryder BB gun. Yeah, shoot my eye out. I don't care.
Neither.
Either. But if I had to pick one, I would pick Full Metal Jacket because the Hollow Point's just mushroom out, makes a bigger hole.
Yeah.
They just go everywhere. So the Full Metal Jacket stays in a nice cone shape. So yeah, we can go with that. Yes, that's neat.
Michael, what's gotten into you, man?
It's not just him; it's Broski too.
Oh, and Broski. Come on.
Come on.
We asking simple questions.
Would you rather get shot with a bottle rocket or a Roman candle?
I mean, come on.
Broski says, I was just saying that he'd possibly be shooting. Obviously. I'd rather be shot by a 9mm. They would be hydra-shock rounds. So yeah, either way. Well, why not put the Red Ryder BB gun in there for an option? That way you wouldn't be so ill.
I mean,
They did, but busy. What
I did, but busy.
would you did?
Was that Dave?
I think so. Michael says, which would you rather meet in a dark alley, a liberal or a rabid dog? Question.
I could take the liberal.
Whichever one it is, do I have a gun?
I feel like I could take the liberal.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can take the liberal. Does the liberal have rabies too, or is it just the dog? You're going to have to be more specific. We need more info before we
I
can
could probably
call
make
it.
the liberal cry.
Huh?
I could make the liberal cry.
Well, I could too, but not if they're rabid. They'd be screaming and yelling like Maxine Waters.
The rabid dog, I don't know if I can do anything with it.
Well, is it a pit bull or a husky or is it a chihuahua?
Well, true. Well, I don't know, man. Chihuahuas are mean.
Yeah, but you can punt a chihuahua.
I could what?
You could punt a chihuahua. If it's a Dotson, even if he's rabid, he's just going to hump your leg. We don't have to worry about wiener dogs or those. I mean, Michael said liberal is like herpes, though they don't go away. I just had a flashback to Spaceballs and space herpes. Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime gal. Check, please. Okay, Broski says, hi, Lewis. Would you rather be hung, drawn, or quartered? I'd rather be hung. Who says I'm not? I'm doing well, Lewis. We're having would you or would you not questions tonight. That was not a would you or would you not question. That was not fair, Broski. You can't throw those out there. Yes, Michael, I understand. It just pops. It happens sometimes. It just came right out. Sorry. I'm going to let Miss Elizabeth field the rest of that question.
Do what?
I'm going to let you answer that question. I'm not going to comment on it anymore.
The hung, drawn, or quartered?
Mm-hmm.
Hung.
Well, Lewis, if you have any would you or would you not questions, feel free to post them up along with everybody else. Okay. I've got one that's a bit topical for us here. If it was June the 21st and you were hiking on the AT, would you or would you not take part in the Hike Naked Day?
Yeah,
I would too.
I would.
What about the rest of you guys? Michael, Barry, Broski, Ron, would you take part in the Hike Naked Day on the AT?
I might scare some people off, but I'd walk naked.
Waiting on you guys. Y'all, come on. Fire them in here. Lewis says maybe. Oh, no. Oh, would you or would you not? There's no maybe would you or maybe not. Come on. Put on your big boy panties and yes or no. Would you or would you not?
Yes or no?
Michael said, if do it. So I guess he would do it. Lewis says yes.
Okay.
Broski, you're asking a question, but before you will get to that question, you have to answer this one. Would you or would you not take part in the Hike Naked Day on the 18th? No, Rob, I'm not gay. Oh,
That don't have
I was
nothing to
wanting
do
to be
with
there
it.
to see it. Oh,
Come on, broski.
that's not nice.
If I'm saying I would walk it naked, and I'm round. My shape is round.
Jen says, sorry if I missed something. I was making the cats mad. Okay. Here's the question. Would you or would you not take part in the Hike Naked Day on the 18th? We've got, it looks like 4 yeses, 1 no so far.
I know broski's killing us here. Come on, broski.
He'd do it. I didn't say you had to hold my hand while you were doing it.
Yeah.
Jen said no, too big. What?
Jen, come on. You could walk. You could do like Dog Tag did. He just went out. He made sure there wasn't nobody else out on the trail, and he just walked out naked. And then I think he put his clothes back on. You could do that.
Okay, let's see here. I want to get Broski's other question up here, then I'm going to come back in for this other one down here that Michael asked. All right. Broski said, would you jump off the 6th floor if the building was on fire?
Broski, is the fire department not coming?
Are there 4 more stories underground? You got to be a little more specific. If there's 4 stories underground, yeah, I'm probably going to jump.
Is the fire department not coming? Is there not a fire escape? Is the stairs inside blocked? What's going on? You got to be more specific, man.
I'm promising you, unless it's a really bad fire versus me jumping out that window, if there is even the slimmest chance in heck of me making it out of there, I'm running.
Exactly.
I'll use up them 16 seconds that I'm saving for chasing the ice cream truck.
Cat, are you wanting to go out?
All right.
Rhiannon. Come on.
Jenna said, laugh out loud. No, come on, fire department.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Jenna. Come on, Rhiannon.
Broski said, no fire department, but I picked 6th floor because you might think you have a chance to survive the fall.
You ain't going to make it out. Come on, Rhiannon.
Okay.
You lying to yourself. You ain't going to make it.
All right. If there's a car parked in the street you could land on, yeah, that ain't going to work either.
No.
That's not going to. There was a trampoline down there, maybe.
No, you ain't going to make that because that trampoline's going to rip in half.
Yeah.
Rob, we got to take a break. I got a potty.
Okay. Just run this quick break. We'll be right back, guys. We're going to pick up with this question here. What would you pick for a date or die? The View, trans man, trans woman, or a 45 AC feet to the head? Oh, that's kind of. Come on.
We got to come back to that one.
Okay.
Okay, break
All
us.
right. Let's see. Let's find us a good commercial here. There we go. Well, good evening, afternoon, night, whichever it is, or morning, it don't matter. I'm Rob from the Southern Fried Podcast. One of the things Dave and I really, really love to do is highlight things that are totally and completely Southern, especially here in Georgia. Just to let y'all know, we have another special event coming up that we are going to, the Sowega Ag Fest. Now, I know you've heard me talk about it on the show, but I just want to remind everybody in this area that, and even beyond, that this is one of the greatest things about Georgia is we really appreciate the farmers and the people and the amount of work, the strengths of their life. I mean, we appreciate what our farmers do, all of them. And we have the Swiga Ag Fest coming up here in Camilla, Georgia. And Camilla's close to everywhere. Y'all come on out, help them celebrate. Let's celebrate Southwest Georgia agriculture. I mean, Swiga, Southwest Georgia. It's a very special place. It's great. All the people that live here are just wonderful. We think the world of all of them. We want everybody to come out and help celebrate the farmers. And we really appreciate you guys. Y'all do a lot of hard work and you're very underappreciated at times. And it's just so nice to celebrate just the history and the people that make this area great. I'm going to throw this schedule of events up. The Swiga Ag Fest will actually begin on Saturday, July the 12th. They're going to have an Ag Fest parade. The motto is going to be from the ground up, starting at 9:30 a.m. That's going to also have the Swiga Arts Ag Fest art show and dinner at 7:30 p.m. that night. On Sunday, July the 13th, the next day, they're going to have a Swiga Ag Fest bake-off. And I'm going to tell y'all something right now. Let me tell you eye to eye, face to face, you're going to want to buy some tokens for this one because you're going to want to try everything that's out there. Because let me tell you something, these farmers are hard workers, and these women folk that are out there with them, their wives, their mothers, their grandparents, everybody, aunts, uncles, daughters, children, oh, they can cook. You're going to want to get some tokens for this. The following 13th, on July the 17th, they're going to have a Mitchell Baker Farmer Appreciation Dinner at 7 p.m. Hey, absolutely. Y'all deserve this. You farmers, y'all get there. On Saturday, July the 19th, we're going to have the Swiga Ag Fest Barbecue Chicken Cook-Off. You're also going to have the Swiga Ag Fest Festival. The vendors are lining up to get in there for this one. Also, we're going to be there. Yes, Southern Fried Podcast is going to be dropping in. We're going to be a part. Come by and say hi to me and Dave, and just come on there and say hi if you want to. Come on out. We're going to be going around talking to folks. We're going to be interviewing the vendors. We're going to go out there and sample some of that barbecue chicken too. You can believe that, because we some big old boys. And so we're going to be at the Swiga Ag Festival. It's going to be running from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Now, the chicken cook-off is going to start at 8 a.m. So I'm pretty sure some of that chicken's going to be ready there. So, hey, what a lunch. Now, the following Saturday, what better way to celebrate agriculture than having a beauty pageant? We got some beauty queens down here. Let me go ahead and tell you. But we got on the 26th, which is the next Saturday, we have the Swiga Ag Fest Baby and Junior Miss Pageant starting at 2 p.m. And then we're going to have the Swiga Ag Fest Teen and Miss Pageant starting at 6 p.m. Now, y'all, come on. You know that's going to be fun. So y'all save these dates. Y'all make time in your schedule to get out and check these things out, because this is going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of celebration. It's celebrating our farmers. It's celebrating Swiga, Georgia. Y'all come on. There's a contact number down there at the bottom for event applications, or if you have any questions, or you can contact Swiga AgFest at gmail.com, or you can email us directly here at Southern Fried Podcast at yahoo.com. If you need more information, your first and best bet will be to reach out to them. But if something happens and you need to, or whatever, and you want to contact us, that'll be just fine. We will get you the information as well. So y'all come on out to the Swiga Ag Fest in Camilla, Georgia, and let's just celebrate this, our farmers and our whole state. Y'all come on. You'll be glad you did. You won't regret any of it. So, hey, thanks for giving me a little bit of your time. Y'all come on out and see Dave and myself.
on the 19th. Y'all come on out to the Ag Fest. It starts early, and it's going to actually be starting on the 12th. The week before is when it starts. So y'all come on, let's celebrate it. It's going to be fun, and I think you'll all enjoy it. Come on down for some Southern hospitality in Camilla, Georgia. And to all you farmers, we give you a great old big salute and thank you for all that you do. We'll see you soon.
There, we're back.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
I was
Hey,
checking
Dean,
the
how are
comments.
you doing? Huh?
I was looking at the comments.
Oh, I'm catching up now. Okay. So Michael says, what would you pick for a date or die? The View, Trans Man, Trans Woman, or 45 ACP to the head?
Like, just to go out on a date on?
I guess. Someone from The View, a trans man, a trans woman, or 45 to the head.
Well, if I'm just going out on a date or to die, I'd go out on a date.
Yeah, me
I
too.
mean,
45 is kind of permanent.
yeah.
And you can always lie about the date.
Now, no.
Nope, never happened.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Dean said, The View. Well, which one from The View would you go out with? Dennis says, yeah, date. I'm going to put him on the spot now. So which one from The View would you go out with, Dean? And Jenna, would you go out with somebody from The View, a trans man or a trans woman? I'm not going to ask us that. It's part of the privilege of being the host of the show. You ask questions sometimes you don't have to answer. No, Whoopi.
She crazy. She's psycho.
Oh, Lord. Not Whoopi.
Good for you, Dean. You got some moves in you, man. She's psycho.
Dave, we're asking questions tonight. Would you do this or would you not? So
she needs to fulfill her word and move on to another country like she said she would.
Michael said wouldn't have to stay out with Joey Bear long because she's 84 and needs her sleep and her.
I think there's several of them on there that said they'd move to another country if Trump got elected, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, why did they not go on? Why didn't they go on?
Because they know this is the best country out there. Uh-oh. There he is.
Dave.
What's up?
What's up?
How you doing, man?
Hanging in there.
I get it.
All right. Well, Dave, you're kind of new. You've been watching in the background here. You want to answer that question?
It's easy. I go out with Whoopi.
You go out with Whoopi?
Absolutely. Hey, Miss Jen.
Uh,
I'd have a ball. First of all, I'd make her pay because she's richer than me. I'd make her pay for the dinner, and I'd go to the best place in town. I'd want her to be seen with a conservative white fat man so that she couldn't deny it. I'd want every TV camera on me I could. And then over dinner, I'd ask her why she would turned into a freak. Then I'd say, take me home. Or not.
Oh, laws.
That would be fantastic.
No, actually, I would talk to her and ask her about her movies. I'd eat me a fancy dinner, ask her about the movies, stay away from politics, and then watch everybody talk and take pictures. And who's this ugly white fat man? You know,
That's hilarious.
I'd have a ball.
They said you got guts.
Then I would after I listen to her, I'd share the gospel. which
And
would probably end the date, but I would go ahead and take that opportunity.
Well, yeah.
they
There
all
you
share the gospel with them.
go. Ooh. Let's see.
And if all else failed, I would just do like in the Blues Brothers and start throwing food in the restaurant, from now.
How much do you want for the children? No, that's what Whoopi would probably ask while you're throwing food. What do you want for the children? Right. Well, Dave, do you have one of these questions to go along with?
I have no clue.
Michael said Whoopi was with Ted Danson for a few years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what drugs will do for you.
For her or him? Oh. Okay.
Most Hollywood marriages are just arrangements anyway.
All right. Well, let me ask this. If you had to attend a sporting event in the nude, would you rather go to a NASCAR race, a WWE wrestling match, or a home game at the University of Alabama?
I wouldn't do any of that in the nude.
Mm-mm. I wouldn't go to any of them.
I don't think I would either, but I just threw the question out there.
You said-
I am a Georgia fan, so I sure enough don't want to go there naked because they're never going to let you back in. If they didn't let me back into the Alabama stadium, I wouldn't really worry about that as much. The degree of difficulty for the NASCAR race is pretty high, and so is the WWE. I don't think I'd want to go to either one of those up naked. Alabama, oh my God, it's Alabama. No,
I don't understand NASCAR. You're just going around in a loop. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't understand the appeal.
Okay, now you got Dean down here. You know Dean and Dave did the racing.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I don't get it either.
I don't understand the appeal. I really don't.
Rob's obsessed with seeing people naked. How do you figure I'm obsessed with seeing people naked? Dean says it's exciting. Okay. I'm driving really fast. I make a left-hand turn.
I
Then I make
know.
another left-hand turn. Then I drive really, really fast. Then I make a left-hand turn. I make another left-hand turn. Then I rub into somebody. Rubbing's racing. Dale Earnhardt, I think. I don't know. Different people like different things. I don't get it, but some people do. Hey, hats off to you. Salute. Glad you enjoy it.
There you go.
Michael said, not a good question for me. Maybe an NHRA race.
I
Okay.
like the one where it's the little sporty cars that they have to go around the track, the zigzaggedy tracks.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Okay. Jenna said, I used to be into it a lot. We had a Rome Speedway, went there every Sunday with my dad. Okay. Dean says, wrecks, fights, drive fast. Okay. Michael said, I'd rather drive a 10 to 12,000 horsepower top fuel or funny car. Okay. That sounds like driving the space shuttle.
I'd rather go and get in a go-kart and drive around the track myself.
Okay. Just for the record, I went down to Panama City with some friends of mine one year. Dave knows some of these guys. We all piled up down there at the same time. It got kicked off of every go-kart track in Panama City.
And that don't surprise me.
I'd be going around screaming, "You can't do that!" And they'd be screaming back, "Rubbin' Drayson!" And keep right on going.
I was not there because I don't remember that story.
No, Dave was not there. He knows some of these guys. Had somebody coming flying up behind you and lay on the brakes. It was just. Michael said, "I'd take Elizabeth with me."
Oh, where are we going?
I guess naked to the NHRA race.
I don't know what that is.
The funny car races.
The
Oh.
what?
Right.
Oh, I'd probably go, but I wouldn't go naked. Not right now.
He said maybe a big mud bogging event. I said that might be fun.
It's too hot to go naked right now, and I'm too pale skinned. I'd get burnt like nobody's business.
Dean said tracks at Pigeon Forge go-karts is fun. Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Yep.
I'd like to
Roski
go.
said, "Would you fly a Chinese-made American flag if it was a gift?" No.
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we've probably all flown a Chinese American flag at one point or another, to be honest, because it used to not be talked about that much. We just didn't. I don't know that we did. I really don't know.
But if you knew it was a Chinese-made American flag beforehand. Now think if my daughter, a young child, gave it to you.
I don't know. I mean, you know, what if there's a lot of variables there? I mean, what if my granddaughter is working at the store and that she bought it and gave it to me, and I probably would. You know,
Yeah.
it's American flag. I'd be a hypocrite not to. I mean, I bought a ton of stuff from Asian countries and Korea, and a lot of those countries hate us too. So I don't know.
I would prefer.
I would. I mean, I'm always going to deal with American company if I can. But if I had one, I'd probably have in this studio probably a Chinese flag, because I've been gifted 2 or 3 flags for the studio, and how cheap they were. I imagine they probably were made in China. And one of them's a Trump flag. I didn't even look. I don't even think there's a tag on it.
Wow. If I had a choice, I would fly an American. If it was something that a grandchild or a young child gave me, I would go ahead.
I mean, we're taking a lot of medications from China.
Mm-hmm.
Same difference to me. The problem is not. I mean, the global commerce has made a lot of our products and goods and services made around the world. The problem for Americans has been the imbalance in the deals, and the president's trying to straighten that out. Most Americans, I still think, are probably going to look for the cheapest product, and unfortunately, that's Chinese.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to stretch dollars. I mean, I would prefer to have, and I deal with America. I mean, we bought all of our, Confederate flags for the grave markings and stuff. We dealt with an American company, but I could have been handed one that was Chinese. I didn't even know it. So it just never was such a thing. My dad always put the flag out for every holiday that should have a flag out. And I'll be honest with you, I don't ever remember looking at the tag on that flag. I just felt proud that the flag was up. I honestly don't even know where he got it. We may have flown that. We may have flown a Chinese-made flag off the front of our house for decades. I really don't know. I mean, if you know, you make a change and get one. But I've probably got hats in here that are made in China.
Brosky Bear, the problem is we don't know what medications actually come from China.
Exactly, the ingredients.
Yeah, we just know that there are medications that do come from China, or the ingredients come from China. we just don't know what medications come from China anymore because, pharmaceutical companies are not going to tell you that. And, when you go to pick up your medications, it's not going to be told to you where that medication came from. You just get it in the bottle, and there you go.
Yep. And Michael made a comment a while ago that I missed. He was talking about you and why you wouldn't go naked. He said, heck, as in white as cottage cheese. He said you were white as cottage cheese.
No, not all of me anyway. No, but my belly is pretty white.
On the shoes, I dealt with the safety shoes for the plant for some time, and I can tell you every one of them, except for Georgia Boot Company, all came from overseas. And
Mhm.
sometimes we were waiting on a shipment to come in. They had a longshoreman strike on the coast of California, and I was trying to get this guy's special size 15 shoes in, and they were stuck on the docks in California because they were on strike. All that stuff comes there. Most of your socks come from overseas. The hosiery mills closed down back in the 70s. We lost it all. There is a specialty sock maker in Alabama that makes the socks for the Tour de France guys, all the bikers and stuff. They're high dollar, but I think they're still there. I used to know a guy. He lives in Chickamauga. He's probably retired now. He was like a designer for them, and he made really good money. But they're high dollar, high end socks. But all the regular stuff comes from overseas, and a lot of your jeans and stuff too. We lost a lot of that.
Let me ask: does Fruit of the Loom are they still out? Do they still
Still
are
made.
they still a product?
Yes.
They are.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Michael. There were some that held out to the very. They had contracts. Some of them had government contracts for the military and stuff, but eventually all that went away. That's what kept. Who was it? Crystal Springs in Chickamauga. That was what kept them in business until they finally closed. Was government contracts. How much of our military is outfitted by stuff they overseas?
Yeah. Yeah, Fruit of the Loom is no longer made in the U.S.
Yeah, I think they were one of the last ones I can remember when Bruce and I were still together buying that was made in the U.S.
Yeah.
They're
It's,
made.
And they didn't do anything to protect them, so they moved everything overseas to pay the cheap labor.
Yeah.
Now I will say this, and I know this for a fact because I dealt with somebody who, with our products, worked with some of the big box stores, and there was a time where it was probably very bad, but like a Walmart, they really tightened up their thing. Those companies that makes products for them, they go check them out often, and they have to meet certain standards, or they don't do business with them. And I know that because our people have went overseas, India, you name it, all over the place, and they've been in those same places and seen the safety and what the pay is, because there was a requirement for my company that there were certain standards they had to meet. So it still happens, but there's a lot of companies that won't do business with them, and so it's forced them to give upgrades and stuff on the amount of money that they get per hour and the working conditions.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, our plant that's in China, we have a plant in China. And for those that want to know, yes, it flies a Chinese flag over it because it sits in China. That's the rule. They have a rule there that you have to buy all of your supplies in China. You cannot bring anything from the outside except for something that is absolutely necessary they can't get to make the product. And we do have, from Cartersville, Georgia, we have product that goes overseas, and also product, I think, from Scotland. And it goes to the plant in China to make the product that we have. And I know that for a fact because I've talked to people involved that's involved with that process. But they opened up an industrial park out in this no man's land. I mean, just like it was a farming area, and it's a little different there. Like they bring the workers in rotations for a few months. They have dormitories for them to stay in. The plant that we have there has a kitchen. They had to stock up on chopsticks and, of course, a lot of rice. But they serve lunches for them because the people work there all day. They go, and then they will take trains out, and a new group comes in, and I think they work 6 months on, 6 months off. I think is what it works out. At least it was at one time. I don't know how much that's changed. The reason they do that is it's so far to get in there. There's not really people living there, just people staying there. And there's all kind of companies moved into this area. It's not housing. It's just like dormitories for them to stay in. And they work, and they go to these little dormitories, and they go back to work, and they do that day after day until their time is up. Then they go back home. They had to build roads out to this place. It was so remote. But it has exploded with stuff. But the Chinese economy is in trouble. It's had some problems. No, Broski, I would not.
Mm-mm.
No.
You cannot deny the Lord.
No.
If Rachel Scott showed the world what a Christian does in Columbine,
She sure did.
she stood in front of the gun and said, I'm a Christian. And so did Casey Burnell. Same question. I'm not denying. Hey, I'm a winner either way.
Yeah. Now, here's a list of some men's underwear that's made in the United States. All-American Clothing Company, B. Green, Bill's Khakis, Blade and Blue, Cho-Chu, that's Silk Boxer, City Boxers, Decent Exposures, Duckworth, Split and Tender, Go Software for American Jock, J.P. Mucklestone, Renato, and Muhammad's Earth. Into in bodywear. You know, there's underwear made in this country and socks.
It's probably specialty stuff, but think about it. They need to be promoted more. I have not heard of any of those.
No. Mm-hmm. See, like you got, but things that are not made. Here's a list that's not made in the U.S. Hanes, Through the Loom, Duluth Trading Company, Calvin Klein, Starter, Jockey, Gildan, and David Archie.
Which is what we see advertised on TV.
Yeah.
So, while the others may cost you more, I think it would be a better way to go.
Well, if you go commando, you don't need any of that.
That's right. And I'm all for that.
Are any of those found? Now, I mean, I've been supporting Mammoth Nation with my $5 a month.
Yeah.
Now, but I haven't had a lot of time to go on and explore. So, is it just things that are made by individuals?
No, they're companies.
They're companies. So, are those companies on Mammoth Nation?
Yeah.
We'd have to look and see. I don't know. They have so many companies. But we can pull that down and look. Just copy it out, Rob, and we'll check it out. But all the companies on Mammoth Nation are all USA based and America First companies. They do have some apparel companies. I just don't remember because I usually go in there looking for something specific. I'll do a search for it. Mm-hmm. And I was doing a lot of patriotic stuff like 1776. I bought a hat and some things from them. There's 2 or 3 companies that I did business with. But I was looking for specific things, and I highlighted some on the show. I got to get back to doing that. One of them was in San Francisco.
Oh,
the Gripper company that makes the gripper things makes it easier to carry stuff. That's American made, American First product right there in the shadow of San Francisco. Good for them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Our clicks have been going up on Mammoth Nation. We've been trying to get that out. And when people, do sign up, we benefit if they use the QR code or whatever. So it is something we're advertising a lot on our social streams, as well as Podbean or W or and of course Patriot Mobile.
Sorry, I'm trying to. There we go.
Just for just a quick update, because it's I know I've made announcements. The coffee website is being made right now. That site will be attached to our Shopify, which I've got a couple things to finish. Once all that's done, I was talking to them today. They hope to have the coffee. They're linking all of that up for me right now, building the page or pages for the coffee. That'll link to the Shopify. They're taking care of that, and then they'll get back with me here in a few days. And then we already have 5 coffees logoed. We'll do 3 more, and we'll do a launch out. We'll eventually have probably 40 different logos, but we will have more to come on that. We're not lagging on it. It's just waiting on. There's a lot that has to happen in this stuff. But people in both sides of that are helping. So, and our website, I'm waiting on Lisa to get back from vacation, a well-deserved vacation for them. We're hoping to have a player embedded on the website that will play videos, and when we go live, we'll go live on there, and the rest of the time it'll play videos that we load in. It's an embed player. It's probably going to run off a Rumble, but we still got some things to work out on that. Just a
Awesome.
quick update. Much more to come.
Yes.
We have people ready to buy coffee now.
Good.
My house is going to be buying coffee. I want to put. We're going to listen, folks, and what I would say on this. I don't have it up there yet. We'll put a logo. I would buy. There's 3 different options for sample packs, and they load different coffees from around the world. And I did that, and I was able. My sample pack was awesome. It's all good. I'm not saying anything that's bad, but the sample pack was really good because you get a certain amount of coffee, and then you can try it out and decide which one you really want. And if you like a logo, like you say, I like that Mama Said logo. Can I get this coffee that I like in that? Yes, just let me know. We'll link it. I thought that it automatically did it. I can go in there and link as many as I need, but there's a process to it. We have to link to it, put the logo on that packet. There's clicks that has to happen, and we have to process it. It doesn't take long, but to do 40 different ones would take forever. So just tell us what you want with that logo. I think the Mama Said logo turned out awesome. We've had compliments on it out on the socials. I don't know if you've seen it. It ties in really well with the background we have up right now, but it has a coffee cup there. It looks really close to that. So it tied in really well. I think that'll be a popular one. Of course, because it's Mama Said.
All right. There are several sock companies on there, on Patriot. Saturn Premium or Mammoth, Explorer, OG, Prevail,
We'll highlight some of these.
USA, Knee-High. Yeah, there's several different ones there. I was looking for skivvies and stuff like that, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of that. But there are socks. If there are socks, I'm pretty sure they'll have undergarments as well. I'm pretty sure. I don't say I could have socks and not have the rest of it. So
there's also new logos going up in our store, and depending on, because I've been asked, depending on what shirt
Nana
size
Duty calls.
you can get up to a 5X.
Nana Duty calls.
okay,
I'll see if I can come back.
All right.
okay.
Okay.
Nana. Nana. Nanu. Nanu.
Jennifer, you almost out of coffee. Don't be out of coffee. You can't be out of coffee. That's a bad thing. Can't run out of coffee. All right, let's see here. I mean, oh, there we go. Get the right thing up there. All right. Does anybody out there in chat have a would you or would you not type question? Or which would you rather type question? Hit us up. We'll give you a second there. If not, I'll come up with another one. Hey, Miss K. Potts, how are you doing?
Doing great. Bless your heart.
Popping in with it.
I hope you're doing good as well, Miss K. She got Dean back to work, so she's got more free time.
There you go. That's always important.
Get everybody out the house.
Good. Get them out.
Yeah, you better be careful, Dean. I mean, I'm always one of those. I think a lot of times we say we're doing good, and generally we are if we have our health and we're blessed and we're saved and all that. And I am. But I won't lie. It's been a tough couple of weeks for us, really a couple of months. These last 2 weeks have been intensely difficult, and it's really heavy on us right now. Pray for us. It's a gut punch in lots of ways, and we're just trying to raise our head up every day, give God glory, and go forward. But I actually had a really bad night last night. I had a bad dream about the situation. Woke up and it was really distressing to me, and so. I'd say Hillary there, Michael. Even though I might not make it out the house, I might be labeled a suicide with 10 bullet holes in my back. Thank you for the
I
prayer.
don't know.
I really need the prayers.
Yes. We are still praying for Dave. That's tough things, and it's very hard. As far as would you rather stay with Hillary or Maxine? I don't know. Maxine's never been referred to as Hillary. I don't know, dude. I might have to pick Maxine.
I'd go Hillary because you got Bill, and Bill, if nothing else, is a funny guy. He's sorry, but he's a funny guy. We could at least listen to him play the horn. Maybe he could get enough air to do that. Thank you, Broski. Thank you, Michael. I sincerely appreciate it. Me and my whole family do. And to be even more specific, pray for the health of my wife and pray for the safety of my son. Forget me. If you're going to pray anything, pray for them. That's most on my heart right now. Amen, Dean. You got it, buddy.
We can do that too. Absolutely. Guys, y'all really need to go and check out Mammoth Nation and just scroll through the things. If y'all aren't members, I highly recommend it. It's all USA companies. Just go through and take a look. They're supporting USA. They support conservative causes, and go check out Mammoth Nation and look at what they have. Just scroll through their list. You know, you can get it from here. Instead of supporting China, you can support U.S. companies, and that's always the way to go.
You know, most of the postings we do, we put either the Patriot or Mammoth Nation link. Of course, with Patriot, it's easy. Just remember Cornbread. Mammoth, we have a QR code or an address. It's not really a word. W, it's Southern Fried. But we do have a QR code for that, which when you go through our link, we get credit for it. Even if you're just clicking, it just shows that. Yes, yeah. Dean, support USA, but not USAID. Everything that's got USA in it is not good.
Let me share screen here. This is the a very nice hat, or it looks to be. It's a trucker hat. It's got the netting in the back, but let me find it here.
I bought one from 1776. I got it right here somewhere. I wear a lot of hats. It was a good hat. I ordered something else from them. Great company.
Check this out. It's not a bad looking hat. Patriot, you know, on the black, you know, with the netting in the back. It's not a bad looking hat. $17. You can't, and that's on that. Normally they're about 20, but you know, you can't hardly beat that. And that's a nice looking hat. I like it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But it's products like that, you know, that are, you know, you couldn't buy that hat for $17 just out on town. I don't
I hear you,
blame you.
Michael. I hear you, Michael.
Yeah.
Mike Aid.
I understand that too. You know,
Michael, you staying cool this heat? Just didn't know if you had air or a fan or something. This has been brutal.
yes, it has.
It makes us look forward to the fall. Okay, buddy.
All right.
Just making sure, man.
Uh,
Just making sure.
I like this. I may have to get this one. Look here. Oh, it's a coaster set. It's only $17.
Amen.
You know, president flag on it. Yeah. They had some Joe Biden toilet paper. I might get some of that too.
Me too, Dean. Oh, that's nice, Michael. That's nice. Hey, if it at least keep that worst of that off of you, man, you'll get through.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I know it's tough. And every year it gets tougher. I just don't have the stamina to last through some of that. Oh, well, yeah, broski, I would do it. Things are pretty calmed down right now. And with $100 million, I could buy me a security team. Because you're going to need it. No doubt.
Can I just stay here in the States and keep the 100 million and not have to have a mansion? Just saying. Yeah, there's a lot of products out there on Mammoth Nation that aren't that expensive. And I'm just saying, I mean, there's some pretty nice looking stuff there.
I know, Michael. It's funny when you think about what you used to be able to do, and sometimes it ain't no more. Just have to admit it. Can't do it.
Would you rather go out in the sun, you know, in the fall when it's, you know, kind of cool, or would you rather go to the beach in the summertime? Have that sea breeze? I think I'd rather go to the beach.
I'm not really a beach person, so I like to look at the ocean and stuff. So I'd probably choose the first one.
Nice fall day.
I mean,
Fall
either
days
one
start
I
getting
do.
kind of nipply though. It makes it kind of rough for the beach. Dean says beach. I agree. Go up in the water. But if you don't like the water, then it's not much fun. And you would look for that fall day.
I just don't like critters swimming around me, so I usually just go to the pool.
Well, where I go to the beach, there's plenty of critters, varmints, and all kind of stuff out there.
I actually don't even swim in the ocean anymore. I just walk along the edge and get my feet wet. I don't have a desire to do that. I'm like Miss Elizabeth. I burn real easy, so I just don't do it. I stay under an umbrella, watch the kids.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case. I think they had the same heat back then. We were just younger and didn't give a crap. I mean, we were outside all the time. We didn't want to come inside. It didn't matter how hot it got. We just did. It just didn't affect us as much back then.
Broski, that's an easy one. Chick-fil-A all day long. It's a better product and a better company. Yeah, Dean.
Yeah. What do you mean no? Yeah, I'm telling you, we just didn't care. It didn't bother us. You know, we weren't all grown ups. We got all hot and sweaty. We didn't stink like we do now. We didn't, you know, it just didn't. We go get us a drink of water out of the water hose. We didn't care. We'd do anything to stay out of the house. Staying in the house was a punishment back then. And now it's a punishment if they make us get out in this damn plain heat. We want to stay inside in the AC. The heck is going out there?
There's only one
Sure.
exception. When it was lightning, I did not want to be outside because I've had a couple of cold strikes in my life. And so if there's lightning, I'm seeking shelter. Almost got hit when I was about 12. It's close.
Wow.
Me and my sister both. And you just don't forget that.
Yeah, Dean, times was different back then. Gnats, heat, didn't bother me when I was a kid. I'd be right down there on the creek just fishing as hard as I could go. Pull them out one after another, and I come home and clean fish, didn't care. The heat, gnats, spit them out, keep going.
It's like
You know?
eating food. You used to eat anything. Now if you eat anything, you're up half a night.
Yeah,
The
something.
stomach's all tore up.
And all them things we used to eat, they'll catch up with you eventually. I used to love bacon.
They do.
We had to stay outside, especially when Dad was watching Wild World of Sports or Chattanooga Wrestling.
He should have brought y'all in and practiced the wrestling moves he saw on TV on you.
Yeah. Kids didn't stay in. We went out all day. Yes, we did. We did. And now, Dean, what would you do if you had to go outside, all day long now? Oh, my gosh. We wouldn't like that. We want to stay inside in the AC. It's more of a punishment for us to get outside. You're grounded to the house. You're not going anywhere. Okay. It's like when I lived in Albany, I know when Dave was a kid, he probably did the same thing up around that area. We rode bikes all day long. What about you, Dave? Did y'all ride bikes like that? And it'd go everywhere.
Or mini bikes.
Yeah.
I
And just
had a
go
mini bike.
everywhere. I didn't have a mini bike. I didn't go for
But I wasn't allowed to ride a long ways away, but they didn't really monitor. Like I could ride all over the 2 or 3 streets around me. But like I couldn't just take off and ride like downtown or something. My dad
Right.
would have never allowed that. Some kids did, but I never did.
motorcycle.
Well, I had that later when I was about 19. 18,
Name was
19, I
Rick.
got a motorcycle. Actually, I think I was 17 when I got the motorcycle. I worked for it. Put back a little bit each week. Bought it from a guy I worked with. He bought a new one. Nice. He'd taken care of his bike. It's a good bike, and I bought it from him. Got a great deal.
Like I said, we were working in the hayfield or on the farm or in the creek or the woods. Amen. That's where I was at. Dane was riding bikes, playing baseball in the neighborhood. But we did all that stuff back then, and the heat didn't bother us. You know, we were out there having a ball, and we'd be out there all day long. We didn't have no Gatorade. We go by and drink out of the water hose if we was thirsty somewhere. You know, but we didn't stop to go looking for water. But
The one exception for that would be at school when they made us run laps,
yeah,
600 and all that. I definitely was lined up for the water on that. Man,
yeah.
those were rough.
But you know, if we had a football game or a baseball game or whatever, it didn't matter. You know, we went out there and we played. And I think that's a lot. You know, I think we need to kick these kids out of the house in this day and age. Let them get out there and play. Let them figure out some real interaction. Take their phones away. The heck, you know. They tell them, be back before the street lights come on. You be home by the time street lights come on. You know, we learned a lot of social interaction at that age. We learned how to deal with problems and issues. You know. Well, they had video games then. The Atari was out. You know, they were there, but
I played
They
my
weren't-
fair share of Atari, Nintendo. Absolutely.
yeah. I never had one. I had to go play with everybody else's.
My friend next door, my best friend, he had all that stuff. So I just go over his house and play. So there was that. Then he got a nice big stereo system where we stayed inside listening to some rock and roll.
Oh. We were working picking up Coke bottles. We could ride back to the store for an RC Cola or a Yoo-Hoo chocolate drink. Get enough of them glass bottles up, them recycled bottles, you get a Yoo-Hoo and a moon pie.
So, Broski, when you rode to the arcade, was you playing games or cruising the chicks? Be honest.
I'm gonna say it depends on what age. What kind of video game did you have, Miss Jen? Did you have a video game? He said I had an Atari but couldn't play it rain and night. Day and night. Yeah, I mean, oh, you had an Atari? I was so jealous of everybody that had them Ataris. And when I went, I was young, so just games. Michael said, we didn't have cable out here till 1990. My goodness. Well, we didn't even have cable till I graduated from high school. I think we've got cable out here now. And it's 2025, so. I like video games too, Dean. I ain't scared to say it. I like them too. Play a lot of them on my computer now, but so. You got cable when you was 6, Dean. That was before the TV was even invented, wasn't it? When you were 6. Oh, wait, you might not be that old. Got you. You can't leave the door open for me like that, Dean. Broski said, I had an Atari 2600, then a 7800, then Nintendo, then Super Nintendo, then Turbo Graphics, then PlayStation. You just had them all, didn't you? Dean said he was 54. Yeah, so when you were 6, they didn't even have TVs back then, did they? Wait, no, never mind. That's the same age as I am. Back up 10 and punt on that one. Michael was 27 in 90. Jennifer's laughing. Michael said he's never owned a video game. Jen said he's older than me. Who? Dean? Oh. You're a little bit older than me, aren't you? I think I'm only about 39. And I said the brain's first thing to go, though. Yeah, so you're a little bit older than me. I'm only, 39 in height. What do you mean you wish? Michael says, I'll officially be 62 on the 15th. Well,
Awesome.
congratulations. Happy birthday. I mean, whatever. Jen's talking about whatever. Okay, maybe not quite 39. I'm a little bit older. But I'm not as old now as I'm going to be tomorrow. Wait a minute. I'm younger now today than I will be tomorrow. I'll put it that way. Yeah. Just like Dave. That's right. Oh.
Happy early birthday, Mike.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to do one more. Would you rather do this or that type question for tonight? Oh, it's probably going to be the last one as we're getting close on time. It's only got about 5 minutes left. All right. Would you rather kiss a donkey, a bad-tempered, green-lipped donkey, right square on the mouth, or have to kiss Nancy Pelosi? Now, I figured, now let me put this out there. This donkey is green-lipped, bad breath, ill-tempered thing, or Nancy Pelosi. Dave.
Do what?
Which would you rather kiss? Right square on the mouth. No siding. It's got to be right square on the mouth. Nancy Pelosi or a big old green-lipped, bad breath, ill-tempered donkey?
Pelosi.
You would kiss Pelosi? Ugh. Dean said, what's the difference? Nancy Pelosi paints her lips red, not green. Jen said neither. Broski said, get ready, Nancy, Daddy's coming home. Oh. I might have to kiss the donkey. Michael says Pelosi has money at least. Oh, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it. I just don't know, guys. I'd probably just have to kiss the donkey and be done with it. Whew. Well, Janet, that wasn't exactly a fair question for you. Would you rather kiss the big old ugly green-lipped, foul, bad breath, foul-tempered donkey right square on the mouth, or Adam Schiff? There, that'd be fair. I'm kind of curious what this response is going to be. I might be in trouble. I don't know. She may not even answer it.
She said neither.
Definitely.
Oh, I don't like it. No.
Okay. Adam who? Adam Schiff, Pencil Neck. Was he a senator from Mountain, California? Or a representative? I don't remember. Like I said, I don't kiss any animals. They might act like a donkey, though. What, broski? Would you rather kiss Adam Schiff? I mean, go for it. Hey, Michael, have a good night. Thanks for joining and playing with us tonight. Adam Schiff. Oh, still neither. Okay, fair enough. Oh. All right, well, I didn't give no good options there, I guess. Well, guys, thank y'all for joining in with us tonight and playing along and having some fun. Glad y'all popped in. Y'all have a great night. And we will see y'all bright and squirrely. I'll see y'all bright and squirrely Wednesday morning. But you gonna be here in the morning, Dave, or the evening?
I don't know.
Okie doke.
Probably not.
All right, well. Hey, y'all have a great night. We'll see y'all
Love y'all.
Wednesday morning, not sooner. Big old salute to y'all. And we'll see y'all next time. Good night, guys.
Peace.
Is the name